whoa, there's a crazy shirtless guy outside.
That's exactly where the Cowboys were fighting the other night. It was right there.
We have a great window for lighting, but it's massive and it faces just the downtown area where all the tweakers like pass.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Anna I witnessed a fight there last night because, or maybe it was 2 nights ago, but it was like these adolescent cowboys with skinny arms and these big hats on. And they were like brawling, but I think they were good friends because after they finished fighting, they started running together, but smiling. So it was like a weird, aggressive, but like we're best friends. You just had
your own like Brokeback Mountain.
I know. I didn't leave the car because I was like unsure of what
Oh, you were in the car?
I was in the car.
I missed that part.
And you know my car doesn't lock ever.
Yeah.
And so I was just very still. I was very still and I was watching them in my rear view. And I was like, I'm going to wait until this plays out, until I get out. Mm-hmm. And then they started running down the sidewalk. And then this pack of like more normal looking adolescents followed them. So it was really very mysterious altogether.
I love where we live. This is crazy.
And that's Mesa. That's Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, the tweaker thing is one of my favorite things when I'm behind like a window.
What?
Not when it's happening live in front of me.
Yeah.
When I'm like walking around downtown or something, I'm like, oh shit. Like it's nice when there's like a barrier because then it's funnier.
No, yeah, it was definitely funny, but I was also like, in Jurassic Park when you don't move and the dinosaurs can't see you?
Yeah.
That's how I was. I was like, just waiting.
So the tweaker dinosaurs don't come out.
Yeah, the craziest part about this all is I live right next to like a monster truck shop.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a big warehouse that has, I don't know if they specifically, but there's always like loud cars just ripping out of my parking lot.
Or like
feels like
an actual monster truck
there
just ripping in the yard. It's so sick.
Big wheels.
This giant red one that I'm in love with, and I saw a guy get into it the other day, and I almost asked. I was like, hey.
Can I have a ride in your monster truck?
Hey. I almost
big
pulled
boy.
out like that girl voice that I can have.
Can we
Hey,
I just,
hey, like,
I don't really know if you're like busy or anything, but
how do you get up there?
Can you,
it's so tall. Can you lift me up?
I just like can't imagine how I would get up there on my own.
No, I'd probably eat shit, which my neck right now, I can't. I can't even think about getting into a monster truck with what has happened to my neck. And I don't know if it's my neck. Yeah. Because I watched a car accident the other day. I was not in the car accident. And then after I had neck pain, which is so ridiculous. But I do think it's from, I got like sick from the food we ate Sunday night. So I was vomiting all Monday morning.
Bad salami.
Which breaks my heart because every time I smell marinara salami right now, I'm like, whoa, no, which is so sad for me. That's most of my diet. But
I know I had salami last night.
I'm probably going to start losing weight because of this aversion that I have.
To salami?
Yeah. But I went to go check my blind spot the other day, and that's when I realized, whoa, something's not right with my neck. And then now, like, to talk to anybody to my right side, I have to, like, fully rotate.
It looks in like 90-degree angle.
Which is so embarrassing.
It's just like, what did you say?
Or like if I do like whip my head around, I'm like, ugh! Like it's a really bad look. It's really sad. I look like a fucking psycho right now too.
People just think I'm probably really engaged with them because I go, hey, look over there, and you go.
Well, last night I did a comedy show and I was sitting at the bar, but everybody was performing behind me, and I didn't want to be rude, and I also wanted to watch the comedy show, and so I was like constantly having a full body swivel to like watch, and I just sat sitting backwards in the chair like a psychopath. And then when I performed, there was the only people was like this group of 4 people to my right, and I just kept going like that.
You also
and just
grunt all the time.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, ugh. And then to make matters worse, there's like a line of tile on the floor you're not supposed to cross with the mic with this like the microphone.
Yeah.
Or else it just like once you step over that tile, it goes whoosh, so they just tell you not to.
Oh, okay.
So I'm literally standing in like this really odd square and have to full body swivel to talk to these people. Like I did not address it at all. Yeah, I did not address it. I just was like, hey, what do you guys do for a living? Like it just...
Dude, you're like a fish then. Because you're in an imaginary little box.
Yeah.
Like Anna's Comedy Aquarium. And you're like adjusting and you can't go past it.
It started to make me feel fucking like nauseous. I was like, oh. And I was trying to do a Rubik's Cube yesterday with our friends at the coffee shop.
Have you not gotten it?
No, I watched so many videos, but by the end of it, I was like, I feel fucking sick right now.
Yeah. Well, I saw you doing it the other day with no instructional video. You were just playing. And I was like, if she can figure this out without 4 YouTube videos at least, I'm going to be astonished.
It's for playing. It was like in the 80s when you couldn't look at YouTube videos. It's for like playing, like fucking around and finding out.
Yeah, maybe if you're like different, you can figure it out.
What?
I just don't.
What kind of different?
I'm just saying I don't think most people...
Oh, different.
No Rubik's shaming, but I do feel that you're a different type of person if you can solve a Rubik's Cube just for funsies.
Yeah, you see things that other people don't.
Yeah.
That the average Joe does not see.
Yeah, it's like a superpower.
Yeah. Okay, good. We're still recording.
You get scared?
No, I just wanted to make sure I hit record.
Okay.
And now that everything's right in front of us in our sick podcast studio, we will be having a new, like maybe an actual studio when we move.
Oh yeah, we will.
Because we could set it up.
An extra bedroom, maybe.
Or just
that room is gonna look crazy though.
Our living room would look cool enough, I'm sure.
Yeah.
This is good enough. So it only gets better from here.
Well, for auditioning for things specifically, everybody's using these like royal blue backdrops, and you order them on Amazon, but they're essentially just giant blue ovals that you are on a stand, and they take up like half a room. And I haven't had one since getting back because I'm like, I just use a wall. But technically, you should have color so that you don't look washed out.
Yeah.
But when I was living in California, me and my roommate Daniel would like, he kept it in his room because he didn't give a shit, but it was like a broken, lopsided blue screen that just sat right next to his bed and overlapped it. Why?
You hold the mic like this just in case, that silver thing. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know anything about tech, but
we've been having crunching issues in the sound.
Yeah. Oh, well. You hold it so dainty.
Yeah, we said it was like I'm taking a sip.
This makes me feel crazy. I'm not this girl.
Am I this? I'm holding my microphone like this girl?
That girl.
Well, you're used to it.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I totally cut you off, but that was freaking me out. So the blue ovals.
Yeah, it's just ugly.
Are they going to be in our living room?
Mm-hmm. Just like broken blue ovals.
I think that looks tight. Because people are going to walk in here and be like, what do these girls do? Why?
Yeah.
It's going to be a crazy house because we don't really live, like we don't really want to like set it up for like, oh, this is a cute apartment.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have to do auditions. I have to write.
Well, it's kind of like that in here now. Whenever you help me with an audition, I have like a tripod for that ring light that you use, but it's not tall enough. So I just take like a lot of board games. I'll get like a box and then I'll put like Candyland on top of the box and then maybe like and then I just like build it up and I put the light on top of that and it stays there for like 4 days. So it's like your rocking chair that you gave me from the 20s.
Oh, yeah.
And then a ring light and then boxed board games. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, we are from Mesa, or I'm from Mesa. So for me, it's like stacking a bunch of boxes and toys and chairs and shit is so normal. It's like.
That's a Mesa thing?
It's just a crackhead thing.
Oh, yeah. I've noticed with myself lately, whenever I get stressed out, I just want to like get rid of shit. Whenever I get stressed out, I go, oh, what can I throw away today? And that's been happening lately. All that stuff on the floor, I got a bunch of stuff on the floor right here. That's all stuff I'm getting rid of. Because whenever I like get stressed out about something, I like look around and I throw something away.
Oh, let me look through that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a raccoon.
Yeah. It's like clothes.
I'm the opposite. When I'm stressed, I'm like, what can I buy?
Really?
What can I add to my shit pile?
I just don't like feeling responsible for things. So if I get stressed out for a day, I go, one less thing. It's weird.
Oh my God.
Let's
Let's dig deeper into that. Not on this podcast. It's probably going to get weird. It's probably something there.
When you do a comedy podcast, are you supposed to look in the eyes of the camera like this?
I don't think they do. I think they mostly look at each other. If you're with a person, just like sex, like you're not looking at the camera. You're looking at the person. The camera is...
I love looking at the camera though. When we did that video of us waxing.
Oh, I was like, what? Yeah.
I like it. I go, look what's happening. We're having a good time. And then I look at the camera.
I mean, you can, but it's kind of like that's the audience.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I guess so.
It's really intimate to be like...
Getting cozy.
That hurt my neck so bad. That pivot.
I never listened to comedy podcasts, ever. But I did for the first time the other day.
Which one?
Theo Von.
Oh, yeah. Theo's soapbox.
Yes, but he did. It's just him by himself.
I know, he's crazy in his sunglasses. He's amazing by himself. I don't know how I could...
Well, and then he runs out of things to talk about and he just sits in it. He just goes...
Hold the middle of the mic, dog. Just
like
stay away from that silver thing. It's freaking me out since I did that last time. I held the entire time, last time I held it by the silver thing and was like whacking it around.
Yeah.
But yeah, Theo's your boy because he's from your homeland, right?
Oh, Louisiana.
Is he from Louisiana?
Yeah, he's from Louisiana.
Or Alabama?
No, Louisiana. I'm almost certain. And so there's like certain things. And I'm not even from Louisiana, but all my family is. So we do our reunions in the swamp. And so everything he talks about, his little small town adventures, I go, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
I feel understood. Also, he looks like an older version of my cousin who has like the blonde mullet. Except for my cousin is like currently a tween. So it's like chaotic and gross. You know what I mean?
I mean, Theo Von kind of looks like a tween girl a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah. But he's like golden and takes care of his hair. And when he's a tween, I imagine, I think,
he's definitely your flavor of people, like your family.
Yeah. But I listened to it.
Oh my God, wait. Can you please tell a story about how you guys have like a fart circle or something?
Oh my God.
That's so crazy. I'm so jealous.
Well, my immediate family is like pretty, in some ways, pretty sophisticated. Like in the sense that they all have careers in science, like, I
like how you're prefacing the story with like, they're educated. They're
educated. Hey, listen.
They're good people.
They're educated. They're studying science. And so I think people, and I grew up in Scottsdale, Arizona. So people come up to me and they have like a certain expectation for how my family behaves. But then there's like this other dark side of like, no, they're from Louisiana. And that is like it exists just as strongly. And so we would like go to these reunions on the swamp, and the men and women, you know what, it doesn't even matter, would like sit in a circle around a fire. And if one of them farts, it's like it creates a chain reaction.
Yeah.
And then it bounces around the circle like a chorus, and everybody joins in. And it's like a symphony. And it's horrific to see.
And it's by a fire?
Yes, and
that's dangerous.
By a fire.
That's dangerous, dude.
You're like creating gases?
Yeah. A lot of gas. That's like That could be, and you're sitting in a circle. It could be like a bomb.
Yeah, they're so good at it. Oh, they're so unapologetic, and they lean when they fart. You know what I mean? They're like fully over, and so it's like a whole experience, and everybody does it. It's crazy.
It's because you guys are eating that good, like
that gumbo, that jambalaya.
That has every food in the world in it and every spice in the world in it.
Yeah.
And that has got to make you fart crazy.
It does, yeah. What is it? They call it the Trinity in Louisiana, but it's like celery, bell pepper, and I think onion. And that is in every single Cajun dish. And then you use it as the base for your like gravies. So it's crazy.
So you're just not allowed to be allergic to any of those things?
No, you can't. You can't.
I have to deal with it.
Well, that's what they're eating. They're eating like gravy and rice and like swamp bugs, which are just crawfish. You know what I mean?
Swamp bugs?
Swamp lobsters.
Is that what they call them?
No, I don't know. They are like bugs, though.
My interactions with crawfish have been pretty insane.
What do you mean your interactions?
Because we used to go camping when my mom married my stepdad.
Yeah.
And my stepdad had a daughter already, and then my mom had me and my little brother.
Yeah.
And they're like, you guys should just bond, hang out. And this was like, we didn't have phones. Like, you just went out in the forest and came back before it got dark to the camp spot. And we'd go up north.
Yeah.
And one summer, we went up there for a couple weeks, and there was like, my stepdad's friends came with their kids. So there was just like a gang of loose kids in the forest.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
Nothing.
That's really...
Yeah, dude, nothing to do. Like, we weren't even allowed to sit and hang out with the adults because they wanted to like do their own thing.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, fuck off, go. There's like trails everywhere. There's a lake. Get dirty, whatever.
They just set you loose.
They did.
They let you back out.
I was like, well, I want to fish. And they're like, we don't have fishing stuff. But my stepdad taught me how to take a fishing, like the line, wrap a piece of bacon, like a raw piece of bacon. Because that's all we ate on those trips. We're just full of fucking bacon. No. Just didn't shit
that's
for
bliss.
days. And then he tied the bacon to it. And he's like, just wave this in the water and those crawfish will come up. And you can yank them out. And he taught me how to pick them up.
Yeah.
And that's like cool stepdad shit. Like, that's the stuff that you need to know. That's why you need to have a stepdad. And I spread the word to all the other kids. I was like, check this shit out. And then the camp host came down to the lake and was like, you guys need a fishing license if you're going to fish. And I was like, we're not fishing. No. We're pulling these fucking nasty ass bugs out of the water. And he goes, oh, actually, do whatever you want with those. And don't put them back in the lake because they are an invasive species. No. And I was like, listen, we're going to save this lake this summer. Yeah. And I was like, we're going to get every crawfish out of this lake. No. And we're going to fucking kill them. Because if you could. I was like on a mission. I was like, I'm fucking saving this lake this summer. Yeah. There's nothing else to do. Yeah. So I made all of these other children like catch the crawfish with me, and we put them in a Home Depot bucket.
The Home Depot bucket.
Depot bucket, and we walked all the way to the highway outside. All the way to the highway outside of the fucking camp spot. No. I took it so seriously. The dude was like, they're killing the fish that are supposed to be native to this lake.
Yeah, you're a vigilante.
Yes. And I said, I know this. I have to do the hard thing here. I have to do this to save this lake.
You pour them on the highway?
Listen.
To get smashed?
Listen, I immediately knew that it was wrong when I did it. I took the Home Depot bucket and I went, and I know that you can eat these things, but these ones are gnarly. Like the lakes up north in Arizona are not supposed to have these things. And people eat them, but my family was like, we can try to eat them, but it's just maybe not a good thing if they're not supposed to be here anyways.
Yeah, well.
I feel like I'm like going to get arrested for this or something, but I was like maybe 7. Maybe 7.
No, I get it. There's like a weird primal thing that comes out of people when they're kids working with crawdads, because every kid has some like crazy story about some horrific shit they did to a crawdad. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
because
Like,
well, especially in Arizona when they're invasive.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we don't care what you do to them, but don't put them. You're not allowed to put them back in the lake technically, because then you're doing something illegal.
And it's like nature and it's the animal kingdom and you got to respect it. But crawdads are like another, because they're so, here's the crazy thing is this is what we did. This is not good. Yeah.
You don't want to watch like a 300 crawfish just get smashed on the road. I immediately was like, stop, I've done something wrong. Everybody stop.
We're bad, but crawdads are worse. And here's why. Because you use the bacon or whatever it is you want to use to catch your initial crawdad. Then let's say you take that crawdad and you snap it in half, which sounds harsh, but you do it.
Did you do that?
You snap it in half and then you stick that sucker on a hook. And then you use that crawdad to catch other crawdads. And it works. And that's so messed up. But the fact that it works goes, well, this is why. Because you guys are just as bad. It's like every man for himself. We used to build like forts.
Yeah.
And keep them in there. You know what I mean? And they're like fighting.
When you went camping or in Louisiana?
Yeah. No. This is up north.
Okay, because Louisiana, that's different. That's animal cruelty. Because they are...
they're farmed there.
Well, also, they're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be here, is what the man told me.
Here's the thing, though.
He could have been fucking with me.
We cooked the Arizona ones. Fully.
Ew.
I know.
No.
Yeah. And I remember I was so disturbed because, well, here's what we did. We went to the creek and we caught like a bunch, put them in the Home Depot bucket.
That's dude. They can't get out.
They go. This is what happened to me, though. This was crazy because we caught all of these crawfish. And then we're driving back to the house, and I'm in the back of the car, in the trunk, and I'm holding the bucket of crawfish next to me. And we go around this corner, and we nick this truck of like a bird watcher. And so it's like a slight fender bender. It's a collision, but it's enough of a collision to send the crawfish flying all over the back seat with yours truly. There's crawfish everywhere. I wasn't this is north. So you're not buckled. You're not even in a seat. It's just me on the floor with a bunch of crawfish. And now they're all over me. And the craziest part is that then we put them back in the bucket, took them home, and then cooked them. But I was all...
Wait, hold on. That's very you, though.
Yeah.
Because there will be, like, leftovers where I'm like, I think we can just throw this away. And you're like, no, save it. We can use it. And I'm like, my stomach isn't built like yours. I'd rather not get, like, H. pylori from just saving some scraps of food. That's where you learn that, though.
Yeah.
It was that moment where your dad is like, gather the crawfish. Put them back in the bucket. That's a waste.
No, yeah. He wanted us to be strong.
So he got you into a car accident.
Yeah.
Made crawfish explode all over the car.
Yeah. And these are the crawfish that we caught using other crawfish. Ew. So there's something fundamentally wrong here.
Your family is so Louisiana. It's so crazy.
And you got to cook the crawfish, and then when you are like preparing to eat them, you have to like scrape out this black part that's either like a vein or it's shit. It's one of the two things.
I don't know, but what I remember was when they explode, like there's yellow. What? Oh shit! Sorry. There's like yellow. It looked like mustard or like custard that came out, and I was like, "Whoa, that's gross. I'm not eating that."
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one time this was fuck. this was all me and my experiments. This is probably why I'm a stand-up comic and not like a good person.
Was this moment?
Just a fundamental, like, the origin of my morality, like spending summers in the woods.
Yeah.
But this kid that was there that summer, the gang of children that like all had step parents for some reason. One of the kids was like, "Hey, do you know that if you put a crawfish in a plastic bag and throw it in the fire, it'll squeal?" And I was like, "What's up?" And he put the idea in my head, and I just was like, "Are you serious?" And then he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I was like, "Okay." And then this kid turned out to be gay, actually. I don't know. He grew up to be gay. That doesn't, it's just a side note.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we found like a Ziploc bag and we put one in and we threw it in the fire and it did squeal, but I think it's because it's trapped air in a Ziploc bag leaving.
Well, no, because when you boil them, there's the screams also. But I think it's air leaving the body and not
but what's
a screaming crustacean.
No.
You know?
No, but what's the difference between